I would like to begin by posing a few questions to the audience. What comes in mind when I ask you to think about leadership? More specifically, what is your first example that comes to mind when I say, what does leadership mean to you?
Now I'm going to ask you to think about this. I know I'm asking you to think, and that is work, but I promise it'll be worth it. What does leadership mean to you if I added the task of corporate responsibility? I'm going to challenge your perception of leadership. Leadership is not a person. It is not just a power given to an individual. I know we all think of political leaders, or we think of bosses or managers we had, etc. When I think of leadership, I think of it as a role. It is a responsibility. It has the power of a sword and should be wielded with restraint, caution, and well thought out direction.
It's not something that starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m. It is a role that sets an example globally. We want to inspire others locally within our corporations and set an example to inspire other corporations. We want to set that bar so high others feel challenged to join. Now I know you're thinking, this guy is a little loopy. Well, if these thoughts are crazy, then I need to be committed, which brings to my next point. As a corporation, we need to be committed to setting the bar high when it comes to corporate social responsibility. We have the power to set examples for our team members by allowing them to pick the events we get involved in. What is important to you? What would it mean to you if your corporation wanted to help and cared about the same things as its team members? Would it help moral? Would you feel inspired?
When we allow our team members to pick events that are important to them and then contribute as a team, we are showing them that we truly do care about them. We care about their ideas and what is important to them. More importantly, we are showing compassion outside of the corporation and showing what true leadership means. As Sanjeev stated, leadership is not a 9 to 5. We want to set an example by being a leader as a corporation. At our conclusion of the presentation, we are going to ask a question again. Now, when I ask you the question, what does leadership mean to you? I hope I have inspired you all to think small. Think you. You are a leader. You have the power to wield the sword as an individual. Remember, it only takes one person to start a movement, to take on a new role within your organization for being socially responsible. Take your leadership to a new level and understand leadership is a power and a responsibility that should be thought of as globally and not just locally. The following is a visual representation of a leader in action. This video shows the importance of influence and how positive interaction produces success within a group.
To follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. See, it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now.
Just as we stated earlier, think you. One person has the power. A leader may look, I'm sorry. A leader may look and start out as a lone nut, but once he has a follower, it can go from a spark to a fire. The first follower is the flint. In the video, you have noticed that once the first follower took place, The movement had started and others were no longer afraid to join in. That is inspiration. That is the motivation we desire. We want to set an example of corporate social responsibility as the premier leadership style of corporations. Thank you.